guys, this is not the way that I wanted to start this. I'm the Hillbilly Gambler, and I wanted to start this past Monday. I went to Gold Strike in Tunica, Mississippi. I got set up with all my room and had all my lucky coins on my overalls and my lucky pinky ring, and went in. Even got me a little scooter, man, so I could zoom through there. Well, I got little pieces of videos and some winnings that I done, but I was gonna do rent lease with Cowboy Slots method on building 100, building 500, and maybe and then betting like $10, putting $1,000 in the machine. But I went to set up to do the videos, and security come and told me that that was not allowed, that I could not do it. So, long story short, I had to take all my stuff back to the hotel room, put it up, and then went in and done some gambling. Well, I kept trying to figure out a way that I might be able to sneak around and maybe do it, but boy, they was watching me big time. So, anyways, a bunch of donkey doo-doo, if you want to know the truth. But I wound up doing pretty good. Then the next morning, kind of had a little run-in with a security guard over. Now, don't smoke, but I like to smoke a cigar, and I had got this little tool hung on my shoulder. Hold on a second. Let me find it. I got this little tool right here that I take the end, that right there, and I poke a hole in my cigar and smoke it. Well, the security guard gave me a hard time, telling me this was a concealed weapon. Okay. Anyway, so I really got upset. He's lucky I ain't, man, I used to be. I probably went to jail. But anyway, he donkey doo doo. So I was upset. I went to the slot machine where the cows were in the spaceship and never played it before. Stuck money in there, one spin, won $325. And so I pulled it out and decided it was time for me to leave and just check out. So I called after I got back home. I called the Horseshoe. They told me you couldn't you couldn't do it in there. And I told them I'm on my cell phone. I'm not filming nobody else, just me, focused on the machine and myself playing the game. No, 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 no. Well, donkey do. So anyway, I called him, couldn't do it. Well, I called First Jackpot. And the security guy there, he was pretty cool. He told me, he said, it's not allowed. He said, but hey, I wouldn't say nothing. He said, hey, come give it a shot. You could probably get away with it. Well, I don't know. That's a chance you may have to take. But I got in contact with Wind Creek. They have casinos here in Alabama. I live here in Alabama. And down in Wiptonka. And they told me to just send my information, my request, and somebody get back to me. So we're waiting here. But regardless, I'm thinking of a way we're going to get this channel going. And I wear overalls with my lucky coins on them and my necklace, like I said, and you'll see it soon. And of course, my lucky hat with my little four-leaf clover here. But I mean, I enjoyed myself. I done good. Uh, I I didn't come back with a loss, come back ahead, and so I was pleased with that. But I didn't get much sleep, and but I even thought about taking my overalls in that first little pocket, and maybe cutting a hole to see if I could, to hide my phone in there. So, because I got this little remote right here that I can cut the video off and cut the video on. But my nephew, I don't know much about this editing or how to do any of that, but my nephew, he's gonna maybe add some stuff. I did take a quick video where I hit those sevens in a row, one for a good bit on it, hit more money, and a couple more. And I got pictures of my winning tickets, and so we might make a video. But I promise you, I'm gonna get this channel going. Everybody needs to know the Hillbilly Gambler. I mean, I remember when I started as a kid. I know I'm talking too much, but I'm just trying to share information. I remember when I was a kid, man, even in elementary school, me and my buddies get our pennies. We called it pitching pennies. Where you took a penny and you threw it against the wall, and the closest one to the wall got all the pennies. I mean, I'm an old man back then. You you could get quite a bit with 3 or 4 cents. And get bubble gum. I remember I could take a dime and go to the store and get a Coca-Cola and a sandwich and some chips for a dime. When I started driving, gas was like 22, 23 cents a gallon. And but I've even I can remember taking a nickel and flipping heads or tails. If I got it, I got the other guy's nickel, or he got my nickel. So, but I'm just old hillbilly, redneck, country, been through a lot, and yeah, that's a cane pole hanging on the wall. I live here on a little place on the lake over here in Alabama, and but more to come. And, who knows, huh? You know, I might even find me a little uh, senior citizen, little honey. You never know. Go on that senior citizen day. Hey, I'm 67. Hey, you never know. Everybody needs a little loving, you know. Of course. Anyway, but like I said, don't smoke. Remember that. I'm telling you, don't smoke. Just because I do, don't mean you do. All right. But I got some videos on that scooter. I shot a little video of me coming down the hall on that scooter. Man, that thing would fly. Thanks to Gary over there, man. I when I called the hotel and talked to them about reservations and all that stuff. And I asked them, I said, y'all rent little scooters? And said, no, but they gave me the number of a guy over at Wood. And I called him. He and I talked on for about an hour. We had a lot in common. But he hooked me up. He hooked me up, and he only charged me like $43 for those uh, 2 days, the night, whatever it was. But best $43 I ever spent. I'm a big guy. Uh, like I said, I've been through a lot. Have a hard time walking. Had a couple of strokes, but good Lord brought me through them. Walk with a limp. Uh, anyway, just kind of giving you a background on me. Like to have fun, like to cut up, and I guess you may have noticed, but if it ain't good, it's donkey doo doo. And so, my experience with uh, Gold Strike, as far as that went, not being able to video and stuff, is donkey doo doo. At one point, I was down about $800. I wasn't happy. Every machine I passed by was donkey doo doo. But then I finally went back to the room, reset, remembered what Brentley said, and then it hit me. Hey, he goes in that high stakes slots, and so I jumped on my little scooter and I went back down there and done what he said. I threw $100 in uh, the pinball, that pinball slot that that he does, and I max bet that thing $10 and spun it one time, and it hit for a little bit over. I think it was pretty close to $500 on that first spin. So I done like Bentley, and I played it. I played it down, set my mind when I got down to $400, I was gonna pull it out, and I pulled it out. Then turned around and stuck another 100 in there, basically done the same thing. So I wound up with that about $800, and then hit a couple more for 400 each, and a 300, a couple of 160, 100. But anyway, I done pretty good. But anyway, I am the old hillbilly gambler, and I'm hoping real soon that we can get this channel growing. And I want to share my goal with you right here too. I'd like to, if this thing got going good, and I'd like to, try to get enough people to send a couple of dollars to St. Jude's Hospital. They do a lot for those kids and those families, and even if this don't grow into that, I'd like, if it was to grow, I'd give a percentage or still give a percentage. But boy, if I could get everybody that tuned in, if this channel got going, tuned in to send a couple of dollars to St. Jude's, man, that would be huge. That would be huge. Be such a blessing. And maybe we could work it out to maybe once a month. This thing kicks off once a month, maybe whatever uh, proceeds come up, we can pick a charity or an organization, the Cancer Society. My wife passed away with MS. They do it a lot too. Maybe that, but anyway, that's kind of my goal, and just want to have fun, enjoy the rest of my life, and just remember old hillbilly gambler. I made me a little security box, and uh, it's called it, it's called the Hillbilly Safe, and it's pretty hilarious. We'll probably get a picture of it and everything and get it up, but it's hilarious. But I use that box that way if I take the winning, like say for example, I won that, say that $400, I cash that ticket in, take that $400, put in that box, and don't break the seal on it till I get back home and count it up. According to Kenny Rogers, you never count your money when you're sitting at the table. You know what I mean? But anyway, want you know, love you guys, man. Hope you'll support this and support the old. I promise you, it is gonna get a lot. It'll get a lot better. We'll get. I love to joke, love to have fun. That's like when I got back, man. I had that much sleep. I was tired, and usually somebody knocks on my door. I just holler, "Come in." And knock on the door, hadn't had any sleep. And I hollered, "Come in." Nobody come in. I thought, well, crap. Somebody's at the door. So I get up. I go to the door and open up. Some little kid, young youngster there. And as soon as I open the door, he looks at me. And I mean, I'm tired. I ain't had no sleep. He goes, "Oh, so you've had a few drinks in the afternoon, huh?" I said, "No, young man." I said, "Been traveling. Ain't had no sleep. And I'm tired." And he started going in how he was selling pest control. And I said, "Well, let me ask you a question. What do you use that would get rid of a pest like you?" And so finally, he got the picture, and I told him to have a nice day and close the door. And I just like to be funny like that. But let's have some fun. Let's joke around. Let's win some money. And thank you so much, and support this. And maybe if y'all know of casinos don't have to travel, I won't have to go all the way out to Utah or California or anywhere like that. My daughter lives in Kansas, and I think Brentley, he goes to Kansas every now and then. So I'm planning a trip to go see her, and I'll probably just do some video in there too. Anyway, love you guys. This is my introduction. Uh, we'll try to get some videos out. We're gonna try to get this thing kicked off going. I think we already got maybe about a thousand. I don't know what to call them, thousand followers, viewers, or whatever. I don't know what to call them. I ain't smart in all this. This just something I want to do, and my nephews are helping me, and we just want to try to plan this out. Anyway, love you guys, and we'll see what we can get put out. Thank you very much. We'll see. Well, hold on. Y'all still there? Well, I thought this little thing would pause. I'm gonna try again. Let's see if it'll cut it off.